Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining Bizrate Insights Spring Fashion Flash. Taking care of the customer should always be in style. This is the first edition of our Quick Bite series. It will be a 15 to 20-minute dive into trending topics based on our own consumer insights research. I want to welcome today's presenter, Lauren Friedman, a trailblazer in e-commerce with over 30 years of experience. In 2023, she took on the role of Executive Director Content Marketing at Bizrate Insights, where she focuses on consumer research and e-commerce marketing strategies. Lauren began her career in 1993 as the president of the e-tailing group, where she introduced the first online mystery shopping survey, contributing valuable data to retailers for 2 decades. She is recognized for her industry leadership, is frequently called upon to speak at events, and is the author of It's Just Shopping. So let's get started. Retailers, beware, as you are only as good as your current customer service engagement. Key findings and surprises from Bizrate Insights' January 2024 survey of 900 online shoppers revealed that just 12% consider prior interactions with customer service reps important when using online customer service. So you have to focus on the now. Think year-round love. Lauren is going to highlight 10 Share the Love tips supported by critical findings and surprises from this recent research. Lauren?
And thanks for the nice introduction. I'm glad to be here to talk about customer service, a topic that's near and dear to my heart. And certainly, service is a mission-critical activity that deserves your attention today and every day. It takes a great deal of effort to make this happen. And just you'll see that we have some quotes integrated from different folks in the industry. And here's our first one. We see customers as invited guests to a party, and we are the host. It's our job to make the customer experience a little bit better. Jeff Bezos, and in my mind, to make it a lot better. So let's go ahead and dig into these 10 customer care tips. We'll start with customer care tip number 1. Offer multiple customer service touchpoints and make them accessible on the site and via all communications. No need to hide it. And just to kind of keep this in mind, to earn the respect and eventually the love of your customers, you first have to respect those customers. So in my mind, making them accessible and not hiding your 800 number and other information does just that. Our first question asked, how often do you interact with an online retailer's customer service? And that could have been self-service or a representative. And what we find here is that half of online shoppers interact with customer service at least monthly. All online shoppers indicate they interact with customer service at least once a year. You're going to see folks, throughout the year based on what their given needs are. The surprise to me here was that 26% of online shoppers interact with online retailer customer service at least weekly. You know these people. It's the frequent shopper, the frequent buyer, the traveler, the one that always has a question. And in many instances, this is the demanding shopper. So this is someone you want to pay attention to, you want to keep happy because you're probably going to hear from them otherwise. Customer care tip number 2. Ensure the responses are timely and relevant, clearly addressing shopper requests. We all want our questions answered. So here what we wanted to look at was which of the following are most important with using online customer service. And what we find, and I don't think this will be a surprise to anyone, is that the timing, the quality, and the competency of online customer service interactions are important to users. Nobody wants to wait, and nobody wants the wrong answer. It's too frustrating. So our key finding here that goes along with that is superior online customer service centers around getting it timely. 75% of the respondents said that. A quality response, almost the same at 72%, and from a competent associate, 69%. Give me the right answer and give it to me quickly. A few surprises, though, we did see here is that when using customer service, only 38% of online shoppers considered self-service options on the website important. So many retailers invest in this. I think they feel like, well, if they can just get someone to just use the self-service, the shopper will be happy. But I don't think that's really the case. I think it's something that is a check-off box, but maybe doesn't accomplish the customer service objectives that you need. And despite their prominent presence on retail websites, only 17% of survey respondents found automated tools such as chatbots important for customer service. What this says to me is the human touch still matters. So I feel good about that. Customer care tips number 3 and 4, and these center around returns. And before I get started, I love this quote from Tony Hsieh, who was one of the original founders of Zappos. Customer service shouldn't just be a department, it should be the entire company. Everybody has a role to play in customer service. The information and the imagery you put on there does the job and keeps returns from happening. So from a return perspective, I encourage you to revisit those return policies to ensure that they are customer-centric and accessible for shoppers, including the time to return orders. Nobody wants to feel rushed and pushed. And that's why over the holiday season, you see a lot of retailers extending their returns to the end of January. And secondly, evaluate if free return shipping makes financial sense for your company. While it's highly desirable, as you will learn, it doesn't mean that every retailer can do that from a P&L perspective. Return costs and policies rise to the top when online shoppers are placing orders. So here, these are the customer service elements that are essential when placing an order. 75% said free return shipping. That was a surprise to me. I did not expect it to be that high. So again, keep that in mind when you're making that decision. A straightforward, easy return policy matters to 2 in 3 online shoppers, 64%. Tell me what the facts are. There's nothing more frustrating when you want to return something. Maybe you didn't get what you needed, that you can't find out what their policy is and if you're past the deadline. The ability to return an item to a physical store beyond the store, say like a UPS, Whole Foods, or FedEx, is essential when placing an order for 44% of those surveyed. This is more than a return to the retailer store, which really surprised me, at 39%, or an Amazon location at 18%. And I think what this says is I always think about when I'm in Whole Foods, there's always someone in line, there's always someone making a return. And when I was there over the holidays, I remember it was probably 20 deep. So you want to keep that in mind. And lastly, the time to return, the shopper convenience, it's a factor for 46% of the respondents. Think about your policies. Is 30 days enough? You see someone like Nordstrom where it's unlimited. You know you can always return it. And there's a comfort in that, and there's a reason why we choose to stop from these companies. Let's start here tips number 5 and 6, and these center around pickup and delivery. Deliver orders quickly, assessing the role of same-day delivery in your business. It's not right for everybody. And if you're a store-based retailer, leverage those stores to support pickup and return conveniences. So remember, instead of focusing on the competition, focus on the customer. Keep them front and center, and you'll always perform. So what were the delivery elements that were essential to shoppers when they were placing orders? They have clear expectations about delivery. 49%, almost half of the online shoppers, find the ability to deliver within 2 to 3 days essential. And interestingly, only 21% express a similar sentiment about same-day delivery. Let's face it, we live in an Amazon world. You know you're going to hit the button. Chances are you're going to get the order the next day. So customers will give you a little bit of wiggle room. And I know there's some retailers I order from that it's going to take a week, and I'm okay with that. Another thing that I think is important is that calling out delivery time on the websites was essential for 41% of survey respondents. So as an example, if I'm to place an order and I'm going on vacation and I need something and I have a few days, I need to know, do you have it in stock? Which store can I pick it up at? So that information is valuable, and that's going to get me to convert and place an order. A couple of surprises that I saw were surprising to me anyway, is the option to pick up an order in-store or curbside is only seen as essential for 27% of the respondents. Perhaps it is because they don't have the same store footprint that I might have, in an urban area or heavily populated suburban area. I laugh because I've done 2 of these Target in the last 2 days. It's just the convenience of knowing that the item is available and I don't have to run in when it's pouring rain. So again, be aware of the expectations that the shopper has here. Customer care tip number 7, position live chat and proactively deploy as part of the shopping experience. One of the things that you can feel comfortable about as a retailer is that good customer service will always cost less than bad. So doing it right should go a long way. Over the past year, which types of customer service did you use on retail websites? What we see here is that 2 in 3 online shoppers gravitate to a variety of customer service options. Here, live chat is number one, 63%. They favor it, but with a human being, and that really needs to be emphasized here. 52% saw usage with the automated live chat with, as more of a bot, and 34% did in fact use those self-service FAQs that we talked about before. But a few surprises, at least to me, is that using a phone call to customer service, 62% use was on par with live chat at the 63% mark with the human, and email 61%. And I know for me, and many people have written off the email aspect of it, is sometimes it's better to just send the email and then I wake up in the morning and get the information back. I like to have that paper trail that I can go back to. So email is still a factor. But the customer service by the phone call, they all center around the human element and the human factor. And then I thought another couple interesting surprises were that a substantial 31% of online shoppers had an in-store interaction with customer service. I mean, we all know what's happening with stores and how they're seeing much less traffic, and there are less stores. And in there, to see that a third of the people had that interaction, bodes well for why you want to have good service. And only 11% of respondents had a social media interaction with customer service. So again, that really hasn't caught up with some of the other options. Customer care tip number 8, make sure your mobile customer experience is optimized. And remember, to keep a customer demands as much skill as to win one. We asked what percentage of your customer service interactions are on mobile devices. And of course, and not surprisingly, mobile matters more than ever for customer service. 64%, 2 in 3 of online shoppers complete at least half of their customer service on their mobile devices. Surprisingly, 19%, almost 1 in 5, conduct all customer service via mobile. So we know what it's like. We see these people walking down the street. They never let go of their phone. They're your customer, and they need that device to be optimized in order that they can make the connection with you when they have customer service needs. Customer care tip number 9, deliver customer service experiences that drive customers to place orders. And I think this one is a great one from Stu Leonard, if you're familiar with this East Coast grocer. Rule number 1, the customer is always right. Rule number 2, if the customer is ever wrong, read rule number 1. You can't make a mistake then. So which of the following customer service capabilities that you use led you to place an order on a retailer's website? So this is the conversion aspect. Live chat and phone calls are most likely to drive conversion. Live chat was the number 1 converting customer service touch point for 37% of the people, followed by that phone call at 31% and email at 26%. So very, very similar to the pattern that we see in terms of usage. Automated live chat saw 52% usage, but a very low 11% likelihood to convert. So you can deploy that all you want, but a lot of times it just doesn't answer the questions for people. For me, the surprises here were that only 11% of respondents had a social media interaction. The good news is 5% did place an order. So if you are that customer, you're probably going to be, have a 50% chance of placing the order. And lastly, 3 customer service touchpoints performed poorly. That was less than 10% suggested drove conversion. Text at 7%, social media at 5%, and a virtual appointment at 1%. Customer care tip number 10, regularly monitor customer service satisfaction levels and go the extra mile to keep customers coming back. We're all about using customer service for retention purposes. Online retailers deliver strong customer service. And I mean, that's exciting. Overall, how would you describe the customer service you received from online retailers in 2023? 73%, 3 in 4 of online shoppers say they received good or excellent customer service from the online retailers they did business with. Unfortunately, and I mean, as a surprise to me, only 27% of online shoppers surveyed rated their customer service received from retailers as average or below. So again, good to see that those numbers, are pretty low and that people are pretty satisfied. So keep it up, because this is all about the bottom line and keeping your customers happy. So speaking of keeping your customers happy, I thought I would just quickly summarize these 10 Show Me the Love customer service care tips. Please share them within your organization. They're good. As we say, everybody needs to be on the game. And remember, your next interaction matters just as much as your last. Offer multiple customer service touchpoints and make them accessible on the site and via all communication. Put them front and center. Ensure responses are timely and relevant, clearly addressing shopper requests. Make them fast and be confident. Deliver orders quickly, assessing the role of same-day delivery in your business. Ship it fast or you're not going to get the order. Revisit return policies to ensure they are customer-centric and accessible for shoppers, including the time to return the orders. Returns count as much as the front end of the experience. Evaluate if free return shipping makes financial sense for your company. If you have stores, leverage those stores to support pickup and return conveniences. Position live chat and proactively deploy as part of the shopping experience, especially the one with the human touch. Make sure your mobile customer experience is optimized because they're going to be calling you. Deliver customer service experiences that drive customers to place orders, and regularly monitor those customer satisfaction levels and go the extra mile to keep the customers coming back. I think your bottom line will benefit from it. So service, in short, is not what you do, but who you are. It's a way of living that you need to bring to everything you do if you're to bring it to your customers' interaction. No one does it better than Nordstrom. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to Tim for our Q&A. Tim, can you speak up a little bit on that one?
Oh, sure. I was surprised to see that not just free shipping, but free return shipping had become so important to shoppers. Is that really so prevalent now?
You know what? I was surprised at the height of the number, but over the years, this is something that I've watched, and I've really noticed that people like it. The bottom line is it makes for a risk-free proposition. They get their free shipping on the front end, and they want the free return shipping on the back end. And I know for myself, I always feel like if I can return it for free, why wouldn't I take a chance on it? We've all gotten used to it with Amazon and others like Nordstrom. They were very early in the game. And, not everybody can do it. I've never been from the school of like, you have to do this, you have to do that. But this should be evaluated on a category basis.
Great. And what can be done to improve customer service on site?
On-site perspective, you've got to make it easy to follow. So one-stop shopping is ideal. So sometimes you'll go onto a site and they hide the topics, or they're clever with the topics they put in there. All of them need to be covered and, put them out there. Nobody wants to hunt down your 800 number or figure out how to return an item. So user-friendly layouts really go a long way. And, one just quick merchandising tip, and don't forget that this page gets many visits, so it's an ideal place for a promotion.
Okay. And of course, the big elephant in the room lately, has AI been a factor in changing customer service?
You know what? I think it has been a factor, and I think it will continue to be, but there's still work that can be done. And it's funny that you mention it. We at Bizrate Insights have a great new survey that's coming out, which we will hope you'll take a look at in the next few weeks. So I think a couple stats I thought I'd just share. It's kind of like a sneak preview. Over half of the online shoppers surveyed believe the online retailers they shop are using AI. And just under half, 47%, are not interested in sharing any personal information in hopes of getting a more convenient and personalized experience. So this will take time. So stay tuned because we're not there yet, but certainly we expect that it will play a role, and retailers are certainly investing in it.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I'm sure after hearing all this valuable data, everyone in the audience will be eager to discover more insights about their own customers. Unfortunately, Bizrate Insights can help. We provide voice of customer surveys that give you a 360-degree understanding of every shopper journey and each individual touch point. That includes site abandonment, point of purchase, post-fulfillment, and more. Then you can use our Vital Signs dashboard to pull out key insights and spot new CX opportunities. Implementation is easy, no engineering team required. Plus, there are no limits on surveys or invitations. With Bizrate Insights, you get verified ratings and reviews, all automatically syndicated to Google, Yahoo, and Bing to improve your SEO. You get customer feedback, including satisfaction data, trends, customer preferences, and Net Promoter Score. And you get benchmarks and metrics to help you drive sales, build loyalty, and keep up with what's happening in the market. Visit bizrateinsights.com to get started today. Thank you all for joining us, and I hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon. Thanks, Lauren.